This year's Battle of the Gridiron Stars is sure to go down to the wire. After 3 rounds, the Nationals lead the Americans by just 2 points. Last time, the Americans got off to a rousing start, 3 wins in a row. But the Nationals would end that streak with a big win on the beach, regaining momentum heading to round 4. Today, Jake Delhomme, Amani Toomer, and Anquan Bolden lead the Nationals. Chad Johnson, Marvin Harrison, and Larry Johnson, the Americans, as the battle continues right now. The MGM Studios at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. The venue for today's first event, the wheelbarrow race. Hi everyone, Mike Tirico along with Kirk Herbstreit, Sam Ryan, and Stacey Dale Schumann. Round 4 of the Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear. The Nationals, as you see, holding a slim 2-point lead over their cross-conference rivals.
Well, Mike, in this first event, the wheelbarrow race, it's going to require a total team effort. First, each team pours as much water as they can into their respective wheelbarrows. Then one athlete will travel that wheelbarrow through a slalom course, over speed bumps, up and over an elevated rail, all the while trying to keep as much water from spilling out. 2 teammates then will assist in the transfer of the remaining freight, first into temporary containers before the final dump into the mother tank. It'll take a few runs to fill the 50-gallon tank, and the first team to do so wins the event and takes 1 point towards the overall standings.
Well, Kirk, both the Americans and Nationals fired up for the event. Here are the starting lineups for the Americans. Oakland defensive end Derek Burgess, future Hall of Famer wide receiver Marvin Harrison, the Johnsons, Chad and Larry, and Buffalo running back Willis McGahee. For the Nationals, Arizona wideout Anquan Bolden, Chicago linebacker Lance Briggs, quarterback Jake Delhomme, one of New York's finest in Amani Toomer, and Dallas tight end Jason Witten.
Wheelbarrows, I mean, growing up in Tennessee, that's what you do, I mean, you push wheelbarrows around, so that's my event.
I'm trying to be cool today, man. Y'all pushing me again.
I should be okay. I mean, that's one thing that I guarantee you I'm coming in with the most practice in. We have race horses, and you have to clean the stall every single day, and we have more than one, so I've been cleaning the stall since the season ended.
They're gonna have problems. They're gonna have problems with us. Either way, we're gonna walk out this thing up at 1 point. In the second.
Dump it last. Right.
Team captains for the Nationals, New Orleans football legend Archie Manning, and for the Americans, another quarterback legend, the Snake, Kenny Stabler. This New York City street scene will provide the backdrop. 50 yards, the wheelbarrow course. At the end of that track, the 4 gentlemen who will be taking the water from the wheelbarrow to the tank for their respective teams. Lance Briggs, Anquan Bolden for the Nationals, Willis McGahee, and Marvin Harrison for the Americans.
Mike, the guys are having some fun here. Chad Johnson spraying down Amani Toomer. A lot of strategy here. First big decision is how much water to pour into the wheelbarrow. And if you have too much water, it could affect the ability to maneuver the wheelbarrow. Not enough water could cause you to maybe have to make an extra trip down the course. Nationals decide to take the 2-container approach, and the Americans only filling it up with 1 container.
The Nationals in the blue with Witten, as you see, very steady, not to let too much spillage out the sides.
You can see they filled it up with 2 containers. A lot more water coming out of the Nationals.
That speed bump threw Witten off a bit. The Americans on the right trailing at this point. Witten was very close, Kirk, on that little beam there.
All right. Wait.
Now the pour with Briggs and Bolden waiting.
Get underneath there. Go ahead.
And once these wheelbarrows are done, back at the start line, the second wheelbarrow can take off, so Jake Delhomme's off for the Nationals.
Interesting early here to see, Mike, that the Nationals are electing to go with the 2 containers, because I think it is an advantage for them. Despite spilling a lot of their water along the way, they still have more water at the end.
You drive it, Marvin.
Chad Johnson. Not a lot of water in there. Delhomme again, same thing. And that's where they lost a lot, Kirk, the first time. You can see the spillage.
Take your time, Jake.
They do it too.
Where Witten dropped a lot of his load as well.
The point is, if you're going to go with only one container at the beginning, you've got to be a lot faster maneuvering the wheelbarrow down the course.
All right, let's don't spill so much on this first dump right here.
Wait.
Push him up. Push him up. There you go. Now, let's get it all in there. Get it all in there.
They're losing a lot, the Nationals, Kirk, when they're taking it from the wheelbarrow. The Americans seem to be handling that a bit better.
Go ahead. We're good.
Well, at the beginning, the Americans are using less water. It's allowing them to maneuver themselves through the course, but they have to pick up the pace to be able to stay with the Nationals, who have a lot more water because of their decision to go with the two-container approach.
The point you made, the speed factor here, the Americans getting a little bit of that edge. And now Witten has grabbed one of the pylons.
Come on, Larry. You good. Come on. Yeah, you off. Keep me straight, man. You're about to fall off, dog. Man, you can get it too.
Larry Johnson trying to make his way down the course, doing a pretty good job, but he's got to pick up the speed a little bit here.
Okay, we need to empty this.
Yeah, they are not spilling anything over on that American side relative to the Nationals.
It's interesting, two different strategies here.
That's it. I'll get this.
Nationals filling up with two containers, but by the time they come down, you can see that they have about, for the most part, one full container and maybe about a quarter of that second container.
Hey, you want me to come push?
Speed bumps have taken their toll as Chad Johnson moves forward for the Americans.
Want me to come push?
Take that down at the chair.
Want me to come get it?
Take it down at the chair.
Hey, take your time, Jake.
Go.
Take your time, Jake.
All right, Jake, we're doing good on water.
Flip it, Trey.
Jake Delhomme. I guess they're on speed bumps when you're cleaning out the barn for the horses.
Take your time, Jake.
He's losing a lot over these bumps.
Straight on. Straight. Here we go. Get low, Jake. Here we go.
All right, let's go a little faster. Don't spill so much.
Let's see how much Jake has left here. Americans getting a little closer.
You get ready to go.
I'll take that. You said you need one more. You need one more. There you go. Take your time, baby. Take your time.
Pull it back.
Archie, he seems to be the champion of this mega strategy on the wheelbarrow.
Start dumping. I got this.
And Mike, I like Archie's strategy because by electing to go with two containers at the beginning of the track, even though you're going to lose some water throughout the course, still, at the end of the day, the Americans are not getting that much further ahead on the track, and it's giving you more water at the end. So Archie right now making a good decision, and it's benefiting his team.
The Nationals, after dumping that last container with a good size edge over the Americans as the water settles. Careful on the speed bump.
It's a big container and a big trip here for the Americans.
That one barrel pour in, just not getting a lot, and you hear very careful not to let any excess out.
Close, getting closer.
The next barrel in for the Americans with the wheelbarrow clear. Larry Johnson brings down some reinforcements, but the Nationals might get to the top with these two pours here.
I think the Americans have changed their strategy here. They're going with more water, but it might be a little bit too late.
Yes, the official says the Nationals have won the point. I guess that's how you celebrate with a wheelbarrow. Maybe some of the best athletes in the world can get competitive over water, and spilled water for that matter.
Archie Manning deciding to go with two containers from the very beginning of the contest benefited the team, and at the end of the day was really the difference and allowed the Nationals to win this competition.
So the Nationals open this fourth round with a point, extend their overall lead, and they're standing by with Sam Ryan.
All right, so the first event of the day, the Nationals with a decent lead here. The strategy going with the two buckets. Tell me about that.
Well, Jason and I figured, both kind of boys raised in the country a little bit, we could maybe go with a little fuller barrel. And I got a little worried at first. They were a little quicker than us. But, you know, when you only get that much at a time, it doesn't work. You know, we were getting a good bit. So our strategy worked. We had some great pourers.
Well, Jason and Jake with a couple of trips there. Amani, you were the last guy. What were you thinking carrying the 2 buckets up there, knowing that you could win it on that trip?
Well, they're telling me that it was close, so I just wanted to make sure that I stayed low and I got as much water to the actual the buckets as possible. So, you know, our team just shows that we have it more here, right in here.
Strategy working for the Nationals.
The American strategy was not too bad. That's how close the wheelbarrow race ended up. The first point for the Nationals, they have a 3-point lead as we are underway with the 4th of 6 rounds. A disappointed look from the Americans, but they have a chance to turn the table on the Nationals. 3 more events for the teams to celebrate after today. The best of the best in professional football go head-to-head in the ultimate team showdown for the Americans.
Peyton Manning, quarterback.
Hines Ward, wide receiver.
Marvin Harrison, wide receiver. Larry Johnson, running back.
Joey Porter, outside linebacker.
Todd Heap, tight end.
Derek Burgess, defensive end. Willis McGahee, running back.
John Lynch, free safety. Chad Johnson, B, wide receiver, Americans.
For the Nationals,
Clint Portis, running back.
Anquan Bolden, wide receiver.
Eli Manning, quarterback.
Jeremiah Trotter, middle linebacker. Jason Witten, tight end.
Amani Toomer, wide receiver.
Lance Briggs, outside linebacker.
Joe Jervicius, wide receiver.
O.C. Manure, defensive end.
Jake Delhomme, quarterback, Nationals.
this is ESPN's Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear. We welcome you to Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex in the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, where they've hosted over 1 million athletes. He qualifies as one of the 1 million. Kirk Herbstreit. I'm Mike Tirico. Herbie, we're halfway through our 6-week competition here at the Battle of the Gridiron Stars. Off to quite a start here today with really an emotional wheelbarrow relay.
Yeah, just another example of just how badly these guys want to win in anything they do. Larry Johnson flipping the wheelbarrow like he just lost a big game in overtime.
Right. We're seeing that January playoff emotion from these guys as they compete here. Now, still, much more action, more fierce competition. Always that happens when you have a tug of war.
This is my favorite event, the tug of war, and expect to see Jason Witten come together because of his strength. He's going to have to anchor things for the Nationals, and Derek Burgess with his power and explosiveness to anchor things for the Americans.
This must be a good day for us, because if that's your favorite, my favorite comes up with the signature event of the battle, the obstacle course.
The obstacle course. Here is a real true test of all your athletic ability into one event. You got to look for Chad Johnson, in my opinion, has all the skills for an event like this because of his size and speed. And for the Nationals, again, it's the wide receivers, Amani Toomer and Anquan Bolden. They're going to try to get it done for the Nationals.
The receivers really have a key advantage here. We got quite a rivalry going here. The Americans and the Nationals, best in professional football, out here to prove which conference has the best all-around athletes. And up next, the Americans and Nationals duel it out in paintball.
I hit you twice. Oh, I hit him. Let's go.
And later, the always anticipated obstacle course. Sure to test the will of these great athletes. Stick around. Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear's Triple Tread Technology. Travel confidently in any weather, anytime.
Goodyear knows you're not the only one who depends on your tires. That's why there's the Goodyear Wrangler with Silent Armor technology. It's engineered with a layer made with Kevlar for toughness and a quieter ride. The Goodyear Wrangler with Silent Armor technology, so you can be there on the wings of Goodyear.
Do you really need a titanium driver? That magnesium frame spinning reel? A 60-inch screen? Do you really need a motor oil that protects for 15,000 miles?
Darn right.
You deserve the best of the best. Mobil 1 Extended Performance. Advanced technology, proven anti-wear protection, guaranteed for 15,000 miles.
Mobil 1 Extended Performance.
The oil that's changing oil.
In all the world, there are a select few who at their very core are capable of incredible transformation. Under the most grueling conditions, they are shaped, hardened, sharpened, ready to stand among the most elite of all warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
That is ESPN. This is mobile ESPN. This isn't like sports in your current phone, okay? It's a whole new phone service from ESPN with unique features like Gamecast and the fastest alerts and everything else you need to manage your fantasy teams. It's awesome. That's Neil Everett. Neil! Hey, it's Matty B. Any anchor jobs open? I got the microphone. Anything you can do? Put in a word for your buddy? No?
Switch to mobile ESPN today. Call 1-800-GET-ESPN.
All right, cool. Just call me.
We welcome you back to the Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear at the Wide World of Sports Complex here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Scoreboard check. The Nationals win the point in the wheelbarrow. They are up by 3 as we get set for this round's second event.
Harder than you think, because those paintballs go pretty fast. You always think that you might be able to dodge one or get out of the way. They hit you before you even know it. I don't know, paintball. They say that hurts, so I don't know.
They hurt when they hit you, so hopefully I don't get hit too much.
If I can get 5 pelts on Chad Johnson, I would be very happy.
Playing paintball is going to be definitely have to come up with strategies and get after those guys a little bit.
I'm thinking of just diving on the ground and just shooting up at them.
Yeah, just start shooting, man. Don't care where you shoot at, just start shooting. Don't try to aim it.
You watch the military guys, when they're getting fired at, they hit the ground, they hit the deck, because it's harder to shoot because you make yourself small.
Win. You know me, win. Look at Lance Briggs. I think he's hot right now.
Happens, a lot of guys may take it too far and just get up on a guy and just start firing off.
I'm fighting between the eyes, between the eyes.
I'm going to tell you how I'm going to stop Chad Johnson. I'm going to put one right between the eyes.
Well, Mike, we have 2 players who are going to begin in back-to-back classic Western duel formation. Once they both reach their respective boxes, the whistle will blow, allowing them to turn and fire. Whoever colors the other first wins. The first team to win 3 wins the event. Our referee will keep a watchful eye, looking for a paintball to break. If it doesn't break, it doesn't count. One player who always makes it count is Chad Johnson. He faces Jake Delhomme in the 3rd heat, and Stacy is with Jake right now.
Okay, Jake, you're taking on Chad Johnson. He talks a lot. What do you have to do to beat 85?
I think when somebody talks a lot, you have to hit them right in the mouth. So I'm gonna try to go right for that mouth region. So maybe we'll get a little paint through the mask, keep him quiet for a little while.
Is that why he's not having the shades on?
I don't know why. He's been wearing the shades all day, but he took them off. He's not talking a lot, and he put on cleats. So he might be taking this one pretty serious.
Okay, we'll see how serious it is. Let's go.
All right, Stacy, that will be the 3rd head-to-head competition. Here is the first. Derek Burgess for the Americans and Quan Bolden for the Nationals.
See the padding, the masks? These paintballs, they are coming at a pretty good pace.
Watch strategy. Do you use the shield or go low? They both go low.
Both getting low and trying to use the shield.
Yeah! Side. Bolden getting Burgess by the glove.
No ducking. Y'all talking about we can duck them. How we gonna duck that?
Point for the Nationals.
No ducking that.
Man, listen, man. I don't play with these things right here, you know what I mean? I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants to see me. Tell them come get at me.
Mike, it took a while here for either guy to have a chance to come away with the win, but finally, Anquan Bolden able to seize the opportunity with a low shot.
When you go low, you can't move, so you are a sitting duck there. Now, let's see the strategy employed by Marvin Harrison for the Americans and Jason Witten for the Nationals. Again, if you haven't played paintball before, the key is the paintball has to break on the opponent to score the point. And that's what the referees are watching for.
Oh, Marvin Harrison. He's hit him, and he's still firing away.
Harrison gets the point for the Americans. Tied at 1.
But Jason Witten just didn't seem to be able to get himself in position and get comfortable. And by the time he adjusted, Marvin Harrison had already taken him out of the event.
Man. I got to get down low, man. You can't take a knee. You get hit too quick.
Witten talking about trying to get down low. It's hard to avoid these paintballs. Marvin Harrison in great position. And looking at a sitting duck in Jason Witten. He couldn't get out of the way.
That's one time being a big target's a disadvantage. How about these guys? We heard the conversation with Jake Delhomme a moment ago. Chad Johnson all serious and focused for this one.
Chad too cool.
I got him. Oh, hey! Look at his leg.
Chad let you know he got Delhomme.
I hit him first, man. With a camera. Let's go with a replay.
Chad did get him first.
Yeah, after I shot you.
No, I hit him early. Man. You need to check that tape. I'm telling you.
I hit you twice. Huh? I hit him twice, big man.
Look at the arm, too. 2 places.
Man, that's from down there.
2 places. Y'all check the tape.
Well, we will check the tape, and you're both right. Both were able to come away with a hit. But right here, Chad Johnson,
cheater.
Nice shot on Jake Delhomme, who decided to stand up instead of getting down low behind the shield. And you can see that these paintballs, by the way, they sting
What's the score now?
Give it a nice weld on Jake Delhomme.
Just 1 second late was Delhomme, so it is 2 for the Americans, 1 for the Nationals as Larry Johnson gets set to face off with Lance Briggs. If the Americans win this, they will win the point here in the paintball competition. Briggs, he went for maximum protection and got Johnson right up on the bottom of the forearm. We're tied at 2. Well, Lance Briggs, reason to celebrate, kept his team alive for a point here in paintball, getting the shot on Larry Johnson. Earlier, Johnson chatted with one of his cross-conference rivals here at the Battle of the Gridiron Stars.
Hello, I'm Jake Delhomme. I'm here with Larry Johnson, and I've got a few questions for you, Larry. First thing I want to know, what's it going to be like when you have a new head coach coming in Herman Edwards?
It's going to be tough. You know, Herm said I'm going to be the starter, so that's how I got to prepare myself, and, you know, this is what the situation is now. Jake, I know you're a family man. You got your pretty daughter out here. When you came home from not going to the Super Bowl, how did that affect you in your own household?
Something about walking in that house. I have a 3-year-old, and she, she knows maybe if we won or lost, but really doesn't have a true idea. But the first thing she wants to do is give you a hug and would you read a book to me? So it kind of takes away the pain of a little bit of the loss. Well, being as you're the starter, you're coming off of another great season. Seems like it's almost time for contract time for you.
Maybe next on the docket, but I want to see that Super Bowl ring on my finger before I get next to contract. There's so many guys that work so hard in the Chief organization, and even the players that haven't even seen a ring yet. So while I'm still young, get those guys that Super Bowl ring. Now, you are pretty much a veteran. Does football still feel like a kid's game and you still have fun even though you're a veteran?
I know it's a business, and as a quarterback, I think you probably have a little more responsibility than everybody else, but that's why I kind of act goofy on game day, because it's something about going out and playing a child's game, and there's nothing better than winning on Sunday. And I get teased a good bit because I act like a kid out there, but that's what we're about. We're about having fun, and that's what I did in the backyard growing up, so I try to do the same thing on Sundays.
This was Larry Johnson with Jake Delhomme.
Thank you, men. Still to come, a high noon showdown will determine the winner in paintball. And later, the Ultimate Team Showdown. The tug of war is ahead.
Your business is on the move, and we're there for you every step of the way. We are Verizon Business. We're there for you with a global IP network that is flexible and secure. A network you can access how and where you need it. There with the expertise to help design and manage your most critical data solutions end to end. And at Verizon Business, we're there for you in the most important way, with a dedicated team that's personally and passionately committed to your success. people who are accountable for making it all work for you. Global capability with personal accountability. That works. Verizon Business.
X Games gold medalist Mike the Godfather Metzger will attempt a death-defying backflip over the fountains at Caesar's Palace. The Impossible Jump, live Thursday at 8:30 Eastern, only on ESPN.
Hello. How we doing? Is everybody there? Good. Hey, Bob. How's Mary feeling?
At Cellular One, we've added hundreds of towers so you can talk from more places, even if you probably shouldn't.
I've got the faxes here, and it looks like... just wait a second.
Cellular One. Use its power wisely. Right now, get a sleek Motorola Razr V3 from Cellular One. Just $49.99 after mail-in rebate while supplies last.
The Northland's #1 radio station is B105, with today's best country and your all-time favorites.
Play something country.
The home for the hottest stars in country music.
A Mississippi girl don't change her way.
With over 50 minutes of country every hour.
I ain't as good as I once was.
Check us out, Northland. Today's best country and your all-time favorites are on B105.
A month. Welcome back to Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex, Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. Final head-to-head in paintball determines the team that wins a point. Willis McGahee for the Americans, Amani Toomer for the Nationals. We're all tied at 2 in there with Stacy.
All right, Willis, it comes down to this one. The winner takes all. What do you think about your competitor?
Good guy. Like him. That's all I can say about it.
All right, Amani, what's your strategy out here? You're kind of smooth with your delivery on everything today. Very, very controlling of your group, a great leader. What are you going to do to finish off?
I just want to echo, what Willis said. I mean, he's a great guy, but he got to go down. We got to win something. I don't know if he's really...
Win something without cheating, you're right.
Cheating?
Win fair and square.
What do you mean cheating?
Cheated. We got cheated out of the relay. Which I'm not going to get into because, I might get fined for talking.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that complains all the time. Don't be him. Just we're a new event. Move on. Turn the page.
You're that guy that's always going to the referees talking about, we need to get this, we need to get that.
I just want to make sure the rules are...
Well, Stacy and Kirk, let's refresh everyone's mind. The relay race back in round 2, that was a dead heat. Chad Johnson and Quan Bolden breaking the tape at the exact same time. Their hands do the tape breaking, even though the body lean was for the Americans. Americans felt they were robbed.
Well, Mike, I think they felt they were robbed because Chad Johnson's body was ahead. But as you said, their hands came across at the same time. So we're going to settle the score here. It's 2-2 here in the shootout. Willis McGahee for the Americans and Amani Toomer for the Nationals.
Toomer in blue, McGahee in red. Paintball breaks on the opponent. You win the point for your team. And a quick hit. Amani Toomer wins it for the Nationals.
It's over with.
Nationals rally here in paintball from down 2-1, get the last 2, and get the point.
Probably call him one time, man.
Go! Mike, that time Amani Toomer did not waste any time. Hustling back to get into position, and by the time he got back there, he was ready to go. And I don't know if he pulled the trigger more than 3 or 4 times, and Willis McGahee really never had a chance.
So the Nationals get the point in paintball, and they're standing by with Sam Ryan.
Okay, Amani saves the day. You've been the Rock of Gibraltar for this team today.
No pressure. This is what we do for a living. Pressure is what we're good at, and everybody here is just really excited. I'm glad our team is getting right back in the winning column.
He likes that Rock of Gibraltar, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was creative. That was very creative. I like that.
You brought that in.
Yeah, tides of turn. He's carrying us on her back.
He certainly is.
And Sam, the Nationals 2 for 2 on the day. The overall lead now 4 points, but plenty of time for the Americans to stage a comeback. Earlier, members of both teams found one thing in common: a love for thrill rides like Expedition Everest, the newest thrill attraction at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park.
Lance is a little nervous here. He's not good on these rides.
I do. I'm usually throw up on rides like this. And I'm going to try to hold it in. 3, 2, 1.
Whether you're 5 years old or 25, you know, it's an experience of your lifetime, you know. And for me, I just try to make the best of it, enjoy it, you know, and like I'm a kid again.
Still to come, the ultimate test of strength.
Go, go, go.
And later, the formidable obstacle course as the march to this year's Gridiron Championship continues.
Scott Van Pelt here with your SportsCenter 30 at 30 update. The Yanks and the Red Sox were rained out. Barry Bonds played. Barry Bonds homered. He inches closer to Babe Ruth with number 712. This is a no doubt about it moonshot to straightaway center field on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. The Pods, though, beat the Giants 5-3. Marcus Vick kicked off the Virginia Tech football team in January, went undrafted. He remains unsigned, but will get a chance to impress the Dolphins in their rookie mini camp. Next SportsCenter 11 p.m. ESPN News Now.
The NBA playoffs continue. First, the Cavaliers and LeBron look to outlast the Wizards. Then, the Spurs collide with the Kings in a crucial Game 6. The NBA playoffs, Friday at 7:30 on ESPN and Sunday on ABC.
One thing you can always predict about the weather, it's unpredictable. That's why Goodyear engineers created Triple Tread technology. It's got an ice zone for gripping power in icy conditions, aqua chutes to move water away from the tire, and a dry zone for confident maneuvering. Get superior traction in any weather condition. Goodyear's Triple Tread technology. Now available on Forterra for SUVs and Assurance for cars. So you're always prepared on the wings of Goodyear.
That's all checks and balances, Dave. It's going to be a good meeting.
Scott, we got traffic ahead. Can you suggest an alternate route? Scott, will this exit get us around traffic? Scott, do I bear left or right?
I don't know.
To find your way easily around traffic, remember it's TomTom, not Scott. Just tap on the screen and a helpful voice guides you where you're going on time. TomTom is your portable, everyday GPS solution.
For a limited time, get payments as low as $39 per month on select Yamaha motorcycles and ATVs. But hurry, because soon, they'll all be gone.
Tomb Raider Legend. In stores now. I'm waiting. Rated T for teen.
Mitch must be proud of his boy. How do you feel about yours, Bill? If you want him to throw 50 yards, well, give him 50 yards. Do you want your son's only glory to be belching the alphabet? No! You want to point proudly from the 50-yard line and say, that's my boy. Drinks like a soda, kicks like an energy drink. Vault, get to it!
Welcome back to the Battle of the Gridiron Stars presented by Goodyear. The Nationals in control. Winners of the first two events today, leaders in the overall by 4. However, there's always one event that can turn things around. And maybe this is the one for the Americans.
Well, Mike, this is my favorite, the classic tug of war. The win goes to the first team to pull their flag across their respective side, or to the team whose flag is closest at the end of the 2 minutes. It's the best 2 out of 3. The winner of the event takes 1 point toward the overall. All 5 team members will go in the first heat. For the Americans, it's Larry Johnson at the top, Harrison, McGahee, Chad Johnson, and the anchor, Derek Burgess. And for the Nationals, Lance Briggs, Anquan Bolden, Jake Delhomme, Amani Toomer, and Jason Witten.
Derek Burgess, going down. Going down to Chinatown.
The linebacker, Greg, he look kind of strong.
Strong either. Derek, he's not going to stand a chance. You know, he's a little light back there. Promise you he doesn't win that one.
Put a real strong guy, Lance, here up front. Put my heaviest guy, Jason Witten, in the back.
Oh, yeah, we got this.
We should win this one. We got that weight advantage, strength advantage.
You see my sleeves? Should answer your question right then and there. Matter of fact, we're a little cocky about this.
Yeah, this is an event we should win.
They don't got no muscle over there. They don't even play defense in the NFC.
Somebody's in red's gonna be in the water as we're pulling it.
Win?
Yeah.
Martin?
Yeah.
Corn?
Yeah.
Lance?
Yeah.
Jake?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the tone has been set. Heard a little bit of the strategy as well.
All right, fellas, take the strain.
It's a good look at former official Bob McElwee. Kind of looking over the things here in the first heat. I like the size and the strategy of the Nationals going in. We'll see if the Americans can offset that with their own strategy.
Let's go, huh?
Again, the time limit, 2 minutes on this.
That away.
Oh, you're going to get us, man.
And the Americans with an early advantage.
We got to pull, fellas.
Here we go. Baby. Come on in the water. Come on with it. Come on in that water. Hang on.
The Americans jumping out here.
A little surprised?
Yeah. Between Lance Briggs at the front and Jason Witten in the back, I thought the Nationals might have an advantage, and even their team captain, Archie Manning, saying we're a little bit cocky here. We're maybe a little overconfident. Right now catching up to them. As a determined Americans team jumped out to an early lead. There it goes.
Come on.
Surge back from the Nationals. Final minute here.
45.
Remember, as Kirk said, it's which side the flag is on if somebody doesn't outright win the tug. And right now, it's right down the middle.
Mike, you look at the Americans. Good look at Willis McGahee in the front. He's a running back. Look at the size of his arms. Not to mention Larry Johnson, who's in the front for the Americans. So the Americans may be undersized, but showing that they have plenty of strength.
Hold. Let's go. 20 seconds. Come on now.
Wherever the flag is leaning, when the 2 minutes is up, that's the team that walks away with the point.
Hey, come on, keep on. Hold that. Hold it, Larry. Hold it.
Big win for the Americans in Heat 1.
Mike, like I said, I thought the strategy and the size of the Nationals would prevail. The Americans very determined here in the first heat to jump out to a 1-0 advantage. And boy, it was interesting. Early, the Americans jumped out to a decisive lead. The Nationals came back, but then it was the Americans, Mike, at the end who walked away with the win.
So we will go to Heat 2 with the Americans a chance to get this point. And you only use 3 of your 5 competitors for this heat. And Kirk, this is where strategy comes into play. Do you put your best, strongest guys out now, or do you wait and save somebody for the end? The Nationals go with Toomer and Bolden, their 2 receivers. Lance Briggs is their anchor. Meantime, the Americans go with Larry Johnson, Chad Johnson, and Willis McGahee as the anchor.
Well, for Archie Manning, the captain for the Nationals, right now he has to worry about trying to win this second heat. And if it comes to it, focus in on the third heat. The Nationals have to win right here.
If the Nationals win, our third heat is 1-on-1, and undoubtedly that would be Derek Burgess against Jason Witten.
Come on, Larry! Rope came off. His rope came off. We good.
Lance Briggs seems to have lost the rope there in the back.
The leverage all of a sudden has definitely swung to the Americans, an advantage for the Americans with a loose rope behind the anchor, Lance Briggs, for the Nationals.
They try to hold on and try to get it back on, and that's going to be tough.
You're good. Oh, they cut it. They slacking up, baby.
Keep in mind, these guys took a short break after that grueling first heat.
Yeah, come on. Keep on going, Willis. Keep on. We're good. Just hold it down, Will.
As Briggs tries to get reattached, the Americans took a big edge there, and now the Nationals are in big trouble.
And by winning the first heat, Mike, the Americans, because they have such a big lead here in this final minute, they just need to hold themselves right here. They don't even need to continue to pull. If they can just hold steady right here, they can win this second heat.
I mean, I can go, I just can't.
Man, get up! What you doing? I'm holding the ground back here. We need you to pull.
Chad Johnson wants the outright win, because if the Americans just hold their spot for 25 seconds, they're going to win. But one more tug and the Nationals might be done. And they get it. The Americans take this heat, win the tug of war, and get the 1 point.
The Americans surprised me here, Mike. Not only did they win the event, they took both these first two heats in rather dominating fashion. And when Lance Briggs lost control of the rope as the anchor, you could definitely see the Americans take advantage of this particular heat and walk away here with the win.
And here's Stacy.
Willis, that didn't even look like a contest. What weakness did you see in them to win this one?
I wasn't even looking back, man. I was actually looking that way. Cause I just figured if I keep digging, something to happen. But this man right here, he was in the front. He was holding it, so I ain't even taking the glory. He had it all. I was just keeping it stable back there.
Now, they lost their anchor for a second there. Did you notice that and pick up on it?
Yeah, I kind of, because I'm the one always looking forward, so it's kind of tough to win when you got two running back legs and one receiver's mouth. So we definitely got to win on that one.
Lastly, I know the legs feel it. What does the body feel like right now?
The body's still good right now. We can go through a couple more events, but this was a big event of us. Like I said, running backs, it's kind of hard to try to take our legs from underneath of us, so we did a good job today.
All right, LJ, the Americans took it in 2.
As Stacy, those running backs were impressive, getting the Americans the tug of war point. So today's competition will be decided in the final event. The Americans in the overall R3 back. And the finale is the obstacle course and the signature finish, the wall.
X Games gold medalist Mike the Godfather Metzger will attempt a death-defying backflip over the fountains at Caesar's Palace. The Impossible Jump, live Thursday at 8:30 Eastern, only on ESPN.
Someday, you'll be able to deliver your data how and where you need it, along a secure local-to-global IP network. Someday, all your communications will work together through a wide range of IP solutions. Welcome to Verizon Business, where you'll get more than a network. You'll get the commitment of people who care about your business as much as you do. People who are accountable for making it all work for you. Someday is today. Verizon Business, where global capability comes together with personal accountability.
In all the world, there are a select few who at their very core are capable of incredible transformation. Under the most grueling conditions, they are shaped, hardened, sharpened, ready to stand among the most elite of all warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Do you really need a titanium driver? That magnesium frame spinning reel? A 60-inch screen? Do you really need a motor oil that protects for 15,000 miles? Darn right. You deserve the best of the best. Mobile One Extended Performance. Advanced technology, proven anti-wear protection, guaranteed for 15,000 miles.
Mobile One Extended Performance.
The oil that's changing oil.
Back at Disney's Wide World of Sports complex, celebrating its 10th anniversary in 2007, and venue for our final event, the obstacle course. Nationals lead the day and the overall, but 2 huge points on the line.
Well, Mike, this is the signature event here at the Battle of the Gridiron Stars, and certainly the most difficult. Today, the players first take on the Culvers. They'll have to attack a difficult set of monkey bars from there. Also have to fly over some hurdles, weave in and out of the slalom poles before taking on a difficult under-over obstacle. It's not over yet. They'll need to high step it over the Goodyear tires before mustering enough strength and speed to take on the final and most difficult obstacle, the wall.
Definitely impressed with the course.
I've seen a lot of guys struggling with these monkey bars. So.
These bars, it looks a lot easier than what it is. I think the monkey bars are they're a little difficult. They're a lot wider than normal monkey bars.
Sometimes you watch it and you see some of these guys going, you're like, oh, that's going to be easy until you get out there.
A lot of guys' legs are going to be dead tired by the time they even get halfway through it.
Oh, you know, baby, hey, I got to look good at everything I do.
It's nighttime. He's wearing those sunglasses. He can't see.
We need that.
You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna get about 15 seconds worth of penalties. That's what I know. That's not what I believe. That's what I know.
The only thing I'm worried about is that wall.
You gotta get your mind right before you get ready to go on that thing.
If it's built, I know I can get over it.
Going up the wall is gonna be tough.
That's concussion time. If you slip and fall, you might as well call it quits.
Oh!
You shouldn't use the rope. Just put your foot as high as you can and grab the top and then pull over.
Just hope adrenaline takes over. I think that's the biggest thing.
Everybody's got a strategy until that wall shows up. Then all the plans go out the window. Best cumulative team time wins. Time penalties will apply to missed obstacles. Marvin Harrison and Lance Briggs head-to-head here in Heat 1. Harrison in red. Briggs closest to you in blue.
That it, baby. There we go.
Marvin obviously has the speed, but the strength edge, Kirk, would go with Briggs.
You heard all our competitors talking about these monkey bars and how tough they are. And Marvin Harrison went right through the monkey bars and now on his way through the slalom.
As Briggs just gets there, now to the under-over.
Marvin Harrison is doing the over-under, not the under-over. I think he's a little confused there, and he'll pick up a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, he really needs to bust it through the tires because he has a +10 waiting when he's done.
Mike, it's going to come down to the wall here for Marvin Harrison. Can he get up and over? Some guys struggle. Marvin Harrison calmly gets over. Now we'll have to see how far Lance Briggs is behind him. Get to the finish line.
Because you're going to need every second. Here comes Briggs from behind.
A little bit more weight to get up and over there, but he makes it.
Harrison will still win the heat with the penalty time, but only by 1.2 seconds. Exhausted.
I really feel that, Mike, this is the toughest part of the obstacle because it's leading up to the wall. Marvin Harrison makes this look easy, and the reason is because he's doing it the wrong way. Let's go to Sam Ryan, who's with Marvin.
So the verdict, Marvin, from Bob McElway, 10-second penalty for going over the unders and under the overs. When did you realize that you had them reversed?
When the race was over. Obviously I didn't know, but no big deal. I'll be all right.
Still a second and a half lead over the Nationals, but what do you think of the 10 seconds?
It's a little steep, but it's all right. It don't make a difference. I'm still win today.
3 more teammates to go. It's cumulative time, so we'll see how they do, guys.
Okay, Sam, all the other teammates waiting. Jason Witten, we'll see him in the third heat against Larry Johnson. Time for heat number 2, and Willis McGahee goes for the Americans. Take that 1.2-second lead up against Anquan Bolden of the Nationals.
I'd say this is a pretty even heat. Good matchup here.
Ready?
That speed-strength combo that is perfect for what the obstacle course calls on.
There you go, babe. There you go, babe. Come on, babe. About a dead heat. About a dead heat.
Bolden just a hair in front.
I'd expect it to be this way all the way to the wall.
Got it, babe.
McGahee out of the slaloms first to the under-over.
Great technique by Willis McGahee, getting right through it.
Where they pound through those Goodyears.
Avoiding penalties all the way through.
Yeah. And to the wall. 2 good runs going, but good runs have ended in the past right here.
Come on,
McGahee will add to the Americans' lead. A penalty-free time, and he beats Bolden by 4.5 seconds.
Everything clean back here.
Hey, Cole, I thought it was going to be a little. I tried to reach for it like that.
So the edge just under 6 seconds with 2 heats to go.
Crawl through there. I'm back
Now Larry Johnson for the Americans and Jason Witten for the Nationals.
Some pressure here on Jason Witten. Not only competing against Larry Johnson, but because we're adding these scores all together, he needs to try to close the gap here for his Nationals team.
Come on to the line. You'll hear ready. And
That's a good point, Kirk, because head-to-head, this is a tough enough battle. You want to make up some time, and you do not want to add to the deficit for the Nationals.
And if you're Larry Johnson, you have to be careful not being too careful because you do have a little bit of a cushion. Larry Johnson jumping out to the lead here early.
Johnson attacked the monkey bars, about a 2-pole edge as they slide through the slalom. And that lateral quickness of the running back, good there. Now the under-over.
The reason I say this is tough, Mike, isn't so much that it's tough to get through, but because of what it takes out of your upper body and can become a hindrance when you're trying to get over the wall.
Little momentum building, the leap to the top of the wall. Ooh, those are the impressive guys, but Witten's made up nice time here. Johnson will win. Let's see when Witten gets over the wall. Here he comes some 5 seconds later. Still a good time by Witten, but better by Johnson, and the Americans are up by 10.5 seconds. Marvin Harrison first, then Willis McGahee, and Larry Johnson. Build a 10-second lead for the Americans. It's Chad Johnson against Amani Toomer. Final heat next. Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear's Silent Armor technology, featuring a layer made with Kevlar.
That is ESPN. This is mobile ESPN. This isn't like sports on your current phone, okay? This is a whole new phone service from ESPN with unique features like the fastest alerts and the sideline and real-time play-by-play on Gamecast. It's like getting into ESPN. Hey, Trey. Hey, buddy, did you get those headshots? I could just, cool? I'll just hit them up later. You're going to have to. I know.
Switch to mobile ESPN today. Call 1-800-GET-ESPN.
Your SUV is designed to go off-road, but sometimes the off-road comes to you. Introducing the new Goodyear Forterra with Silent Armor technology, made with SUV drivers in mind. A layer made with Kevlar means the Forterra is tough and rugged, and extra cushioning means the Forterra rides quietly and comfortably. The new Goodyear Forterra with Silent Armor technology. Go confidently on the wings of Goodyear.
Previously on Circle of Trust.
I didn't say anything when Rhonda took my lipstick, ate my peanut butter, and stole my boyfriend. But today, she tried to sign me up for Net Zero. I hate them. My Netscape has unlimited internet access and free web accelerator for just $9.95 a month. You know, Net Zero charges you every time you call for tech support. That's crazy. She's crazy.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
Contender champion Sergio the Latin Snake Morris strikes again to preserve his undefeated record against Archak, Shark Attack, Termelic Setian, plus a bout featuring Alfonso Gomez. The Contender Special Latin Warriors, live Thursday at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN.
Menards is the place where you'll always save big money on quality products for your home. Keep your deck looking great with Pittsburgh Ultra Semi-Transparent Stain on sale, only $16.95 a gallon. 5-gallon buckets are also on sale. Get light where you need it with this 2-in-1 work light. It transports easily and can be used as a stand light or regular halogen work light, and includes the bulbs, only $29.99. Quality products at low prices. Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Kawasaki Vulcan 900 Classic and 900 Classic LT Cruisers. have created a class all their own by bringing big bike style and the biggest V-twin engine to the mid-size class. To see the Kawasaki Vulcan 900 Classic and 900 Classic LT, stop by Northern Kawasaki today. Just ask to see the cruisers that are in a class all their own. Northern Kawasaki, 2 miles north of Cloquet on Highway 33.
Welcome back to Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex, home to more than 35 AAU national championships each year. Here at this year's Gridiron Championship, the Americans are up a little more than 10 seconds as the obstacle course is down to its final heat. This is the final event of this round, worth 2 big points, so the winner here wins the day. And if the Americans hold on, we have a very tight overall competition. Chad Johnson for the Americans, Amani Toomer for the Nationals. To wrap it up, they're with Stacy.
2 of the top receivers in the league. Amani, you guys are down by over 10 seconds. Is there any way humanly possible you're going to beat this guy right here?
I mean, you know, I think it could be done. You know, there's a lot of intricacies to the course. You got to go under and over these different maneuvers, hit all the bars. You knock over one of those red things right there, Chad. If you knock over one of those red things, 5 seconds a cone. So, I mean, a pylon. So I just want to let you know, that's pretty tricky right there. But, you know.
He's very calm in his approach. You're over here bouncing. What are you listening to on your headset?
Oh, a little bit of Trick Daddy. You know, the same thing I prepare myself with before games on Sunday. And, I mean, at some point in time during these events, you know, the NFC is going to have to be real with themselves that they're not going to win anything else.
All right, here we go.
How Stacy keeps a straight face with some of Chad's comments is beyond me. Okay, Johnson in the red, Amani Toomer in the blue. Should be a pretty even race. Slight edge to Johnson, but then you got to make up 10 seconds.
Amani Toomer, Mike, exploding through the culverts. That is not a penalty.
Nice and clean, Chad.
For Amani.
Nice and clean, bud.
Johnson
nice and clean.
off the monkey bars. Toomer going 2 feet over the hurdles. Johnson knocks down a slalom, so that's just a 1-second penalty to the under-over.
Pretty even race, Mike, at this point. But this is usually where Chad Johnson takes a race over in the obstacle course.
Toomer struggling there. And add a 5-second penalty for a missed tire, but Johnson attacks the wall, still ahead.
Chad Johnson goes over that wall better than anybody to ever participate in this event.
And he easily, with the penalty, is going to win the day for the Americans and win this heat over Amani Toomer by about 9.5 seconds here.
Always bet your money on 85, baby.
What an impressive show for Johnson.
Ain't too many that talking and walking.
Well, he definitely backs up his talk. Early part of this race, Mike, it looked to be a pretty close race. Amani Toomer still had 10 seconds to make up, but at this point in the race, this is where Chad Johnson took over. Despite the 2 penalties, he put himself in a position to have the best time of the evening. And how about the clinic that he puts on being able to get up and over the wall without using the rope? Another great job by Chad Johnson.
Well, you won this one easily today. Got a little ding for the pole there, but when did you know you had this one in?
Before we started, doing the first interview before the race started, I knew it was over. Matter of fact, I knew it was over when I arrived in Orlando to do these events.
What's the toughest part of the day been for you so far?
Right now, just dealing with the heat. Dealing with the heat. With it being the off season, I'm trying to stay out of the sun. Y'all killing me.
So what's the key to keeping the sunglasses on while going over the wall?
I mean, I like to look good. And right now, I'm trying to look good. So no matter what I'm doing, I gotta look good.
Looks good, and he's doing it, and he's winning looking good.
Sam, thank you. Chad brings the Americans back. This is so impressive, Kirk.
Oh, you just knew it was going to be 1 or 2 steps. Forget the rope. He goes up and over, puts on a show every time.
And the Americans take 2 huge points.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Well, you sound good,
Well, the Americans say goodbye to the Nationals, but only till the next round. They're a little closer to do it. Americans win the day, 1 point back in the overall, heading into the final 2 rounds. On the next battle of the Gridiron Stars, the Americans and Nationals head into the home stretch. Chad Johnson, Willis McGahee, and Marvin Harrison lead their charge to rally back the Americans. Jake Delhomme, Anquan Bolden, and Amani Toomer fight to keep the Nationals on top. Special thanks to Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex. And now for Sam Ryan, Stacey Dale Schumann, and Kirk Herbstreit, Mike Tirico. See you next time on the Battle of the Gridiron Stars.